We see it every single day. It's so familiar, we barely even notice it anymore. I'm talking about the sign-in page. But here's the thing. It's so much more than just a form. It is, and I'm not exaggerating, one of the most important and complex pieces of architecture on the entire internet. So let's break it down. Let's really look at the anatomy of this digital gateway.
So let me ask you something. What's the most important door you open every day? No, really, think about it for a second. Is it your front door, the car door, your office? We open, dozens of physical doors a day without even thinking. But there's one door that gives you access to a world that is way, way bigger than any room you'll ever step into.
Yep, you guessed it. It might just be the one that simply says, sign in. That little two-word phrase, that's the real entryway to our entire digital lives. It's a door we push open constantly, every single day. And behind it? Well, behind it is everything. Our conversations, our memories, our jobs, a huge chunk of who we are.
All right, so let's call it what it is, the digital doorway. We're going to deconstruct the gate to your digital life. Let's walk through it, piece by piece, and really uncover the brilliant design and honestly, the pretty deep implications that are hiding in plain sight.
Okay, so the first thing you see is what you're using to open this door, right? It says, use your Google account. And you have to understand, this isn't just a login for one site. It's more like a master key, a single, unified key that unlocks this huge ecosystem of your digital stuff. We're talking email, docs, photos, maps, everything. So the stakes for getting through this one door, they're incredibly high.
Now, every door needs a key, right? And in our digital world, that key is basically your identity. So the next step is forging that digital key. Let's look at the identifiers that define you online.
And here it is, the first thing it asks for, email or phone. Super simple, but this choice is actually a huge deal. It's that moment you present your credentials at the door, but it also represents a pretty fundamental shift in how we even think about who we are online.
Think about it like this. Your email, well, that's kind of like a traditional address, right? It's a location-based identifier, a digital mailbox you go to. But your phone number, that's totally different. It's a modern device-based identifier. It's tied to a physical thing that you carry around with you. See the shift? It's a move from identifying you by a place to identifying you by an object you own.
Okay, so a good door isn't just about letting the right person in. It's just as much about keeping the wrong people out. And that's where security comes in. These are the locks and peepholes of our digital doorway. We need to understand the security and privacy features.
And the page is smart. It anticipates a really common problem with this one little question. Not your computer? It's almost like the system is peering through the peephole at you, asking, hey, are you sure this is a safe place? It knows you might be at the library, or your friend's house, or some random cafe.
And that little Learn More link, that's its promise to help you out. And here's how it works, using what's called guest mode. Basically, you use a private browsing window to sign in, do what you need to do, and then when you're finished, you just close the window. The brilliant part is that your activity, your account info, none of it gets saved on the computer. It's like making sure the door locks automatically behind you. No keys left under the mat for someone else to find.
Now, way down at the bottom of the page, you'll find two little words, privacy and terms. And you should think of these like the foundation of the entire house. They're the two pillars of trust. Privacy is their promise to you about how they'll protect your stuff. And terms? Well, that lays out the rules of the road for both of you. And make no mistake, these are legally binding. It's really important to know what you're signing up for.
But, what happens when things go wrong? Because they do. We're human after all. We forget things, we lose our keys. Any system that's worth anything has to be designed with that in mind, with this human-centered support system for when you lose your key.
And there it is, that small, quiet little question that speaks to a moment of just pure digital panic. Forgot email? Oh man, we have all been there. Your mind just goes completely blank. You cannot for the life of you remember that string of characters that basically defines who you are online.
And the solution it offers is just one single powerful word: help. It's not some complicated manual. You don't have to dig through a frustrating FAQ page. It's just a simple link. It's like a digital hand reaching out to you. That right there, that is beautiful, human-centered design. It anticipates your panic and gives you a clear, immediate way out.
All right, finally, let's talk about the moment you decide to build your own house in this digital neighborhood.
This brings us to what is arguably the most important, and honestly, the most overlooked part of this entire page, the rules of the house, the agreement you make when you create an account.
I'm talking about the Create Account button. It looks so simple, right? Just another button. But it's not just a click, it's a declaration. It is the exact moment you decide to enter into a formal, binding relationship with this digital world.
And that click, you have to think of it as a signature. Because by creating an account, you are agreeing to the terms. You are legally binding yourself to those privacy and terms documents we just talked about. You are, in effect, agreeing to all the rules of the house.
So, this is what it all boils down to. This isn't just a form, it's a contract. That sign-in page is a doorway, it's a security checkpoint, it's a help desk, and it's a legal document, all rolled into one incredibly elegant, minimalist design. It's the invisible framework that basically governs so much of our modern lives.
So, the next time you see that sign-in box, maybe just pause for a second. Appreciate the incredible, complex architecture you're about to use. And it leaves us with one final, really big question to think about. As all of our doors become more and more digital, who should hold the keys? Who gets to be the locksmith?